Hello there, I'm back to show you a little bit more of the value of connecting automation for operations management in ClickUp with other business systems, in this case, accounting and invoicing. We're going to show you generation of invoices, emailing of invoices, and receipt of payments on those invoices in QuickBooks, and how that's all connected to seeing your workflows automated in ClickUp. To illustrate this, we do have a proposal that's been accepted by our client, and we have that here queued up in the proposed list. We're going to make sure that we have all the information on this that's necessary to generate an invoice. Typically, that information will have been entered already during the task creation, but just to confirm, we do have the company name here. We have all the fees that are going to sum to the proposed the amount that we're going to be sending an invoice to our customer for. Another quick note here, you might ask, why are we sending an invoice now? We're just starting the process of turning this proposal into a project. Well, the reason is this is an instance where we require prepayment for all or a portion of this project before work can be started by our team. Sending an invoice is simple. As an admin, I'll just kick this to the next step in this ClickUp list, and now this is going to be sending an invoice to our client. Even before that, generating an invoice in QuickBooks and sending that invoice to our client. So it takes a quick second, but putting on a different hat here, I'm also the client in this example. And so if I look at my inbox here is that invoice from Eichcorp. We have email information, your invoice is attached, thank you for your business, Corey and the Eichcorp team, and here is our invoice. This is QuickBooks, so whatever template or templates you have set up for invoices in QuickBooks, this is what your clients will see. Also, importantly, we have one line item in this invoice, but it's very possible and certainly likely that in your organization's workflows, you're going to have multiple line items and even segmenting things out so that you have different types of invoices for different types of projects. All of that is very much possible, and certainly that's one of the advantages of discussing your process and configuring and setting up ClickUp and its automation and integration with other systems to get the most value out of it for your organization. So we have the invoice, we're the customer. Let's say we send you a check for this invoice, and now we'll hop back into ClickUp and take a look at the role of the admin here. So we've received payment for this proposal. The check arrived in the mail, so we hop into ClickUp, we look into the task, and we see that it's very nice that automatically the QuickBooks invoice ID and a link into QuickBooks Online is here for us to just click, because our task today is just simply to take that check, receive payment, and it's just that simple for your admin to mark that payment as received. This proposal has been paid, and this project is now approved to go to the next step. Now, how does this work? Well, we actually automate this process as well, or this step in the process. So it does take up to a minute here, but once the payment received is flagged in QuickBooks, the status of this task will change from invoice sent to deposit paid. And we'll see that play out here in just a moment. So if we take a look at the task now, we'll see the status actually just changed to be scheduled. So how did that happen? Well, let's look. This is a start to finish workflow for both proposals and active projects at your organization. So at that gate, at that invoicing gate, if you will, we actually just transitioned across from a proposal a new opportunity for your organization to a project that's ready to be worked. So once the customer paid, it dropped into this deposit paid status automatically because we flagged that in QuickBooks. And because this is the last step in this workflow here for proposals, we actually are going to look down here in the next list, and we'll see this project that we just received payment for, this Main Street project, is now in the to be scheduled status in this next list. So that's the automation that we work with you to define and then implement in ClickUp.